Welcome back to STL Live. I'm Sarah Bernard. My guests are Bob Baker and Tom Robbins of the Missouri Alliance for Animal Legislation. We were just talking in the last segment, and then we had to quickly go to break, so we're going to come back to the subject now about the disposition of animals that when there's a raid or something like that. So why don't you finish telling us about that, how that works?
Well, currently, when animals are seized, we can go to the court and ask if the animals will be taken away from the abuser permanently. There's a bill, unfortunately, this year that wants to do away with that disposition process. So basically, it would allow abused and neglected animals to remain in the hands of their abusers until the criminal trial. And so we're very concerned about that. And we urge, by the way, all of your listeners to go to our website, and we have all the bills that were up there. And there are some good bills this year, too. We do have a bill that was introduced that would put pets under protection orders. So oftentimes when women are being abused and they get a protection order against the abuser, their animals are not protected. And in fact, the majority of the times why women do not leave an abusive situation is because they're afraid of what's going to happen to their pet. So we have legislation introduced this year that would provide protection for the pets so they can get out of this abusive situation. So it's helping the women, and it's also helping their animals.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting that carryover from the work that you guys are doing and how it carries over to just our whole population and all the different issues that we face in our homes at times.
Sure.
So, and Tom, do you find that the legislature or our elected officials in Jefferson City are receptive to hearing about the work that the Missouri Alliance for Animal Legislation is doing?
They are. The governor's given the legislature a bad rap. They're full of well-meaning people, but I mean, certainly reasonable people can have different opinions. But we have no problem getting into legislators' offices. Whether they come to our side is another issue, but it's a wonderful experience working in Jefferson City at the Capitol, and I feel very fortunate that I get to do it. Just wanted to touch on the disposition process. Another sort of conservative principle is not passing laws unless you have to. And we're not quite clear on what the issue is right now surrounding the disposition process. I think it's just fine as it is. So.
Okay. Well, that's good to know that point of view. And let's talk, we're going to switch gears. Talk about from the really important work to the fun work that you guys are doing. And you've got an annual gala. You guys have had it for many years.
Right.
Downtown, the Lucas Park Grill.
Correct.
And it's open to everyone who wants to help support your efforts. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's called Open Your Heart. It's Lucas Park Grill. We have it every year, and it's our principal fundraiser. It's the major source of our funding for the year, so it's very, very important to us. So anyone who cares about animals and likes a good time, it's always a fun event. We have a lot of great auction items this year. One's a trip to Italy, to the Tuscany for, you have your choice of 9 villas to stay in for a week. And so just so many things. We have show at the Fox with a limousine will come and pick you up and then take you to Zia's for dinner that night and back home. And
so lots of things you can bid on. It's a silent auction and great food.
Oh yeah, great food again. And we have the signature mashed potato bar. I guess you have to experience to really realize it, but it's really become a favorite.
Yeah, I experienced it.
Oh, did you? Oh,
last year I was at your gala, and and everyone was talking about the mashed potato bar. It's really something. It's a lot of fun. So, and then Tom, you'll be there. And
I will be there.
Bob will be there.
Bob.
Yes.
Yeah, so people can come hear more about the work you guys are doing and have a great time. But I think it's just important for our viewers to know that it is open to everyone who cares about animals in our state and the work that you're doing, because it needs to be. The work needs to be paid for. Someone has to get paid.
Oh, absolutely.
to do this work,
But we've had such great success, and it's so vital to be there, because if you're not, who knows? I mean, last year, for example, they were going to cut the budget for the enforcement of our animal welfare laws, but we were able to step in and convince the governor to restore all of the money back in. But what else you have someone there watching all the time, you don't know what's going to happen. And I would just say, if you have time, legislation is so important to making a difference for the animals. As great as the work that animal rescues do and shelters do, they're just treating the symptoms. And I think by going at the core of the problem, for example, our new puppy mill law, which we got passed in 2011, put 1,200 puppy mills out of business. I mean, as an investigator, I could work all year and maybe get 4 or 5 closed down. When you can change the legislation, you can make all the difference in the world for the animals. So it's so vital that we are able to continue to have a presence there at the Capitol.
Yeah, and it's so great that we have people like you guys looking out for the best interests of our animals. We're going to have to take a break. Tom, do you have one more point?
Oh, I was just going to say, it's often said at the Capitol, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. And so
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Well put. All right, there we go. With that, if you're interested in the Missouri Alliance for Animal Legislation and the work that they're doing, or their Open Your Heart Gala, visit MAAL.org. There's more STL Live after this. Stay with us.